Once upon a time, that's how all the stories start. They all start from the incident that happened. As days pass and become months, years, decades, and millennia passes, that incident becomes a story, a legend, and gradually becomes an epic. India is a land of epics, but it is also a land of forgotten epics. Apart from Ramayana and Mahabharata, there is an even more ancient story that has been forgotten. The story of the very first global war. The story of the first revolt in the human history. That ancient story is called Dasarajna, or the Battle of 10 Kings. It all started in 3000 BCE. King Sudas was a powerful king. He inherited the kingdom from his grandfather Devodas Atigwa and greatly expanded it. The great sage Vishwamitra was the priest of Sudas. He led him to victorious campaigns all across the known lands of the time, either by using force or using his intellect. As the king's power grew, so did his arrogance. With each victory he had, his kingdom expanded, and with it, his ego. Although he knew that some of the credit for his victories should go to Vishwamitra, he started ignoring it. As the times passed, he even refused to acknowledge Vishwamitra's presence in the meeting halls and took decisions all by himself, gave himself all the credit for the victories. Vishwamitra, saddened at first, did not argue with the king, but his sadness soon became anger when the news came that sage Vasishtha has been given his place as minister. Sage Vishwamitra stormed into the meeting halls to question the king of his decision, and for which he was banished from the kingdom. King Sudas became so self-indulging that he forgot the other smaller kingdoms. He transferred all the wealth from those kingdoms to fill his vaults and used them for his own pleasures. While the people of those kingdoms were suffering, Sudas was enjoying the comforts of his bed and the pleasures of his concubines. For Sudas, this seemed an eternal reality, but nothing ever is eternal in the world. Sage Vishwamitra wandered around, lost, depressed, and desperate. Desperate to take back his position, desperate to see Sudas fail, and desperate for revenge. He saw the crumbling lives of people around in smaller kingdoms. The sight turned Vishwamitra's desperation into anger, and out of his anger he saw an opportunity, a plan to unite all the kingdoms and wage a war against mighty Sudas. The war that would redefine and rewrite the course of history. Vasishtha, the now advisor of Sudas, made efforts to get Sudas back to senses. Grand alliance of the 10 kings on one side and Sudas and his much smaller army on the other, waiting for the move. And the war started. It was fought for many years. The mightiest of the mighty warriors of all the 10 kingdoms fell upon Sudas. But Sudas was not ready to give up any time soon. Years passed, but the mighty warriors of the 10 kingdoms were not stopping, and Sudas, deprived of resources and defenses, had to retreat. Sudas and his army was forced to retreat, but managed to cross Puru River safely. All the armies of the 10 kingdoms descended upon Sudas to finish him. That's when the masterstroke of sage Vasishtha happened. He cast a spell on waters of Puru River and brought a huge flash flood. The Battle of 10 Kings, or Dasarajna War, is the world's first recorded battle. Not just that, it was not a mere Neolithic stick and stone fight. It was the first organized war with infantry, archers, and elephant. War was in the blood of Sudas and his bloodline too. After 15 generations of Kuru dynasty, Kauravas and Pandavas were born, who fought the epic battle Mahabharata.